Is it finally time? Is my dream finally coming true? Is Fable really alive? Has it been resurrected? Are they really intending to use the trademark once again to create the continuation of a franchise that we all grew up and loved? Hi, my name is NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager and the snowflake. And don't mind the lovable doom hardcore music in the background. That's just to add a little bit of flair to Nico. Maybe that's what I'm feeling on the inside when I actually read this. I was ready to party. I was ready to slay demons, which it sounds all well and nice, but guys, this is Fable 4 we're talking about. Where do we even begin, right? Where do I even begin with the old Lionhead Studio franchise that has been put to rest, laid to rest, and supposedly picked up by another company, like Playground? Yep, the same guys that make racing games. I think the Forza series, right? Well, this ought to be interesting, huh? Well, I hope it goes well, because we haven't heard anything from that company, most likely, undoubtedly, for the past 2 years. And how long has it been since, we've actually seen a Fable game released? I mean, I'm going to count since Fable 3, because I don't count that Fable Journeys game. That beautifully designed oh god. I can't even finish that statement. But Fable 3, honestly, 2010, 2011? So it's been pretty much a decade since we've actually got the next installment to a beloved franchise that made us want to own an Xbox, that Microsoft actually had the wit and brain power to create. Oh yeah, that game. The game where our greatest fantasy was trying to be lived up to. Wasn't entirely lived up to, but it did a pretty good job, didn't it? It made us feel like we were playing a story, fantasy, medieval fantasy story out of a book that we read as kids. And it was something that we cherished on the original Xbox, especially with the first Fable game. Not even Fable Lost Chapters, just regular Fable. It didn't matter. We just felt like this game was something special. There was something charming about it. There was something that drew us to its heart and soul. And I won't deny it. I miss Fable games. I miss them releasing. I miss the hype for them. I miss encountering every journey that we go on, even if it stemmed away each entry from the medieval fantasy genre and it worked towards more of the Victorian era or the colonial days. Red coats everywhere. Doesn't matter. It was still the fact that Fable was alive and doing its thing. Now, I understand that some Fable games, not some, every single Fable game, even the first one, there was always 2 steps forward and 1 step back. There was always something that Peter Molyneux wanted done, and it never was truly envisioned, because his brain was working years ahead before any of this was possible. And could it still be possible to this day? Yeah, I'd say it could. His dream, his honest-to-God dream that he had for Fable 1 would have been realized this day. But see, that's just not how it went. We got what we got. We got 3 Fable games, terrible Fable Journeys Connect game, and then the cancellation of Fable Legends, which, you know what, even if it was kind of like a dungeon keeper or dungeon crawling, something where one person is the bad guy, like one player, and the rest are good guys, and you try to conquer the dungeons in Fable form, kind of like the game Dungeons, right, or Dungeon Keeper, something like that. And despite it being a free game, I would have been okay with it, because guess what? It would have kept the Fable name alive, even though it wouldn't have been what the original vision was for the Fable franchise. But sometimes, guys, it's better than nothing. And I truly believe that this game, Fable Legends, could have been something interesting. I mean, it was one of the unique IPs coming out from the Xbox One. And now, since that was canceled and Lionhead Studios was closed down, where were we left with? Absolutely nothing. Oh, well, in the past 6 years, we did get a Fable anniversary, which, I'm going to be honest, was pretty great. Now, I don't like the combat for Fable 1. I think it's terrible. I think it's clunky. I think it's I was supposed to say unorthodox, unorganized. Just not good. Or is it disorganized? I'll let you decide. This is why you have a script, right? But guys, seriously, Fable 1 is still a fantastic game. And you know what? I would give the anniversary, I would let you guys try it out on the place. Did they come on? No, it came out on the Xbox One and on Steam or PC. Give it a shot if you are jonesing for anything in the past decade that came out of Lionhead Studios. But that was it. No Fable 2 remake or anniversary, which is really sad because Fable 2 was probably the best one out of all three. Well, in Fable 3, none of the choices you made really even mattered compared to the first two. But it did have the best co-op I've seen in a long time in any video game. It was fantastic. It was a great world. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the towns. I enjoyed the voice cast. Oh my god, it was an all-star voice cast. Michael Fassbender as your brother or the king. King Theoden, which I never remember his name, but King Theoden from Lord of the Rings was your mentor, the trainer. And then so on and so forth. There was a lot of... Oh, and of course, John Cleese. We can't forget John Cleese as the butler. So a lot of talent and voice work went into Fable 3, and Fable 3 just kind of fell on its face a little bit. Not as hard as some of the previous games, like Fable 1, I think fell on its face the hardest, because without the lost chapters, original Fable 1 isn't that great in comparison, right? But still, we believed everything Peter Molyneux said, and now, once again, we have to believe somebody else because he is no longer in control. Now we have to put our faith in Microsoft. And renewing this Fable trademark, I know this is something they have to keep doing to keep the ball rolling with owning a specific IP, or else somebody else could own it and make their own game, which would be nice, right? I wouldn't mind having Nintendo work on it. I wouldn't mind Sony working on a Fable game. I wouldn't mind, Sony, whatever companies that mainly work for Sony, and then, Nintendo, a lot of the companies that work for Nintendo, or just an in-house game. I think they would do a great job. Now, with this Fable trademark renewed, kind of gives me some hope. We got that Xbox July conference coming up that's supposed to show all first-party games, and guys, this is Microsoft's chance on really selling us their console. And if Fable is not on there, like I was hoping it was at the E3 last year and the E3 the year before that, and it wasn't, I was just distraught, because that would, I don't know guys, to me, having the next Fable at any Microsoft conference would make the conference the best out of them all. Because Fable is just that special, man. I loved being called a chicken chaser. The only game that gets away with talking shit to your face and about you, and you actually are like, haha, that's actually really funny, and I like that, thank you. And it's just nothing edgy about it. It's just in good fun. Good fun, just good, tranquil fun. Hooray! Need someone to watch your back. Stuff like that. So guys, I'm thinking that we're in good hands with the Fable game. I think they're just... The company who's behind it, Playground Games, if it's truly their project, I think they're just putting a lot of hard work into this game. They don't want to fuck it up. Because I'm sure they know what lies ahead for them with the pressure of not having a Fable 4 or the next Fable installment for almost pretty much a decade. Let's just hope this July conference of Xbox Series X really shows its teeth in a good way. And God, I want to see the next Fable. You know what? I would even care if it was a Fable 2 anniversary. I wouldn't even care. Because it would look amazing, it would play amazing, they would do a lot of cool stuff to it, they might make it a little bit bigger, the graphics would be more fantastic, added quests, maybe all the missing content that Peter Molyneux had envisioned for the game will finally be put in. But you know what? I'm just saying it would be better than nothing, because Fable 2 is fantastic. And maybe the make Fable 2 the best out of them all is to add an M-Boss. That was the only thing I didn't like about Fable 2. But everything else in Fable 2 I really enjoyed. But if it's the next Fable, as Fable 4, ooh, it's going to be fantastic. And guess what? You know it's going to go to medieval fantasy. You know it's going to go back to its roots. Kind of like how Fable Legends was with its roots. So guys, that's all from Nico the Legend. I have been your well-mannered teenager and the Snowflake. Let me know what you guys think about Microsoft renewing the Fable trademark. Does it actually mean that the Fable game is real and the next installment is on the horizon? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear it. You're always welcome to find me on the YouTube, Twitch, and you want to be a part of the Discord server? Let me know. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.